Alright, now we're going to move on to the next question, and this question is a medium difficulty question, and it is solve the equation x divided by 2 plus x divided by 3 is equal to 10. Okay, now when we look at that, the first thing that we need to do is to simplify it. Okay, we need to think, how can we simplify it? Well, what makes this equation complicated is that it has this 2 and this 3 here. Okay, when you're doing a fraction, the number on the bottom of the fraction has a special name. It's called the denominator. Okay, and just for the sake of completeness, the number on the top of any fraction is called the numerator. Okay, so in this question what we need to do is remove the denominators of both fractions. Okay, so how do you remove them? Well, if you wanted to remove the 2, you'd multiply both sides of the equation by 2. If you want to remove the 3, you'd multiply both sides of the equation by 3. What I think we actually need to do to begin with is to multiply both sides of this equation by 6, of course, because 6 is 2 times 3. Okay, so we're kind of like putting both the steps down in one step. Okay, so what we're doing is we're doing 6 times x on 2 plus x on 3 is equal to 6 times 10. Okay, so what do we need to do in the next step? Well, we obviously need to get rid of the brackets. So let's just write down that what we're doing is we're going to expand the brackets. It's really important to keep track of what you're doing on the right hand side, at least as thoughts in your head, at least, even if you're not writing it down as I am. Now, how do we multiply this across? Well, when we've got 6 out here, don't be confused, 6 is actually 6 on 1. Okay, so we're doing 6 times x and 1 times 2. So the numerators multiply across and the denominators multiply across. It's just a bit of a revision of fractions. So this first one will be 6 times x on 2. And then, of course, the second one is going to be 6 times x and 1 times 3. So we get 6x on 3. And let's just put 6 times 10 is clearly just 60. Okay, so we've got rid of the brackets. And now we need to think about simplifying these fractions. Okay, so you can see here we've got a kind of a 6 on 2 and we've got a 6 on 3. So let's, in this next step, just, simplify the fractions. Okay, well, 6 divided by 2, 6 cancels with 2 to give 3, so we've got 3x. 6 divided by 3, the common factor is 3, leaves you with a 2, so we've got 2x. We'll get the answer there, 60. Okay, moving along. What we next need to do is to bring these two terms together. I'll write it, but of course you don't need to do this. We need to next collect what's called the like terms. Okay, when you do that, 3x plus 2x is clearly equal to 5x, and there's nothing to simplify on the right hand side. So 5x is equal to 60. Now we're trying to simplify this as much as possible. What do we still need to simplify? Well, the coefficient here is 5, so I think in this final step we should divide both sides of this equation by 5. Okay, so 5x divided by 5 is going to be 60 divided by 5. Again, the 5's will cancel, so what we're left with is just x equals 12. And that's the answer to our question. Okay, so now again, do you need to put all this stuff on the right hand side here? You don't need to write this when you're answering questions, but you do need to be able to think this as you're going along. Okay, every step has a logic to it, and this is the logic of each step. Okay.